Hi, Assalamualaikum. Today I'm going to present on our research report. The title is The Effectiveness of TVET Among Polytechnic Policen Student Negeri Sembilan. Before that, let me introduce myself. My name is Nur Hidayatullah Amira binti Abi Hamid, while my partner is Fatih Nurbaiti Muhammad Arif.
TVET is stand for Technical and Vocational Education and Training. It is a wide term that incorporates a wide scope of instruction and preparing regions that attention explicitly on aptitudes that address the issues of the activity market and industry. TVET improves capital human advancement for industrialization. It makes a nation ready to create high talented specialists expected in workers that have high talented needed to enhance the economic growth. The government continues to encourage graduate students to select into TVET and to encourage the making of a skilled workforce basic for the nation to scale up the worth chain and accomplish high-pay country status in skills training course. In this study, an evaluation on the level satisfaction of people TVET effectiveness towards development of Malaysia had been made. It is highlighted by Afera Ismail and Nur Hasni Zainal Abidin. The demand of the labor and supply grows per year at 2% rate. The demand and supply for labor were forecast to produce more supply, meaning that out of 3.3 million employment being generated, a total of 1.3 million had association with TVET program. However, feasibly considered demanding in the new section of TVET to achieve an advantageous financial state. The demand for care workers grows from 153,000 to 500,000 in the year 2008. That statistics keeps growing since then. In spite of that, that objective is very testing due to the amount of absence of joint in the courses of this technical and vocational. Research question to understand advantages, importance, benefits, and strength, and the relationship toward technical and vocational education and training, TVET effectiveness among polytechnic, Port Dickson student, Negeri Sembilan, could be what is the influence of students' attitude on demographic profile, what is relationship of student skills on demographic profile, and also what are the general evaluation on demographic profile. Next, the particular objective of the research includes to examine the influence of student attitude on demographic profile, to examine the influence of student skills on demographic profile, and also to examine the influence of general evaluation on demographic profile.
Okay, for this slide, we will discuss on conceptual framework. So we can see the independent variable is important, benefit, advantages, and strength of TVET, while the dependent variable is the effectiveness of TVET through student. We can see the independent variable is influence and existing the effectiveness of TVET through student. The contribution of the 4 IV, which is the important, benefit, advantage, and strength, is indirectly to determine the TVET effectiveness of TVET through student.
On to the independent variables and hypotheses. For the first variable, which is students' attitude, its hypothesis is HA1. There is a significant and positive relationship between students' attitude and demographic profile, while HO1 there is no relationship between students' attitude and demographic profile. Next variable is the student skills. The hypothesis is HA2. There is a significant and positive relationship between student skills and demographic profile, and also HO2. There is no relationship between student skills and demographic profile. Lastly, The hypothesis for general evaluation is HA3. There is a significant and positive relationship between general evaluation and demographic profile. And also HO3, there is no significant relationship between general evaluation and demographic profile.
Okay, in this slide, I will explain on research design. Firstly, this ensures that the sample were obtained at the same time to meet the study goal. In a simple way, it means a plan of the research plan. This study also used a primary and secondary data, which is primary data collection is collected all the survey answer of student opinion of TVET, while secondary data is based on article journal uploaded through the site. Secondly is unit of analysis. The respondent is the student in Polytechnic on explore the level satisfaction of respondent towards TVET effectiveness. The unit of analysis is individual. It's focused on determine the level satisfaction of respondent in Polytechnic in Polytechnic. In sample size, Polytechnic PD starting with the enrollment of 120 students in 1990 and had increased to 3,156 students in various fields. The student in Polytechnic PD was estimated that had 3,000 students. Sampling technique. The sampling technique that we use is convenience sampling. It's a form of non-probability or non-random sampling whereby respondent of the sample committee is satisfied some functional requirement, such as of geographic position or desire to engage for research purpose. The tool of data measurement is questionnaire sets of questions. We can see in data collection, we have respondent information for section A, student attitude for section B, skill of the student in section C, and general evaluation of the section D. So, lastly, in data analysis, the evaluation of the review is examined by software named SPSS that translates the fresh information turns to the shape which can provide a knowledge that describe a reason set of particular condition. The data examined which utilize are descriptors, statistic, Pearson correlation, and multiple regression. Okay, for this slide, as we can see, the majority of the respondent is male, which is 156 respondent rather than the female. Secondly, the majority student in Polytechnic PD came from 21 to 23 years old, which they have 176 respondent, and the minority is 24 and above. The most of the student in Polytechnic PD is Malay people, and the highest current academic undertaking is diploma taken, rather than certificate, which is 224 respondents.
In hypothesis testing, the score between working attitude and demographic profile is R equal to 0.063 and P equal to 0.279. Therefore, HA1 are rejected and accepted HO1. The result shows the score relationship between a student's skills and demographic profile is R equal to 0.061, P 0.29. So HA2 are rejected and accepted HO2. Moreover, the result score relationship between general evaluation and demographic profile is R equal to 0.15 and P 0.009. Therefore, HA3 are accepted and rejected HO3. The first recommendation is technical learning of educators and workers of TVET. What can be done is enhancing the functional abilities of in-school instructors through encouraging the involvement of businesses in pre-service teacher education as well as in-service teaching practice. Next is quality control TVET process, creation of the accreditation of framework TVET. The TVET framework requires some powerful mechanism to guarantee TVET quality. Therefore, standards are one of these considerations. Lastly is modified of curricula, marketable skills and continuing education. It is to create national quality vocational organizations through developed quality syllabus that are built based on work research, business studies, along with regional levels of student skills.
I will explaining on the research limitation that affect study and also the recommendation for every limitation. For the first point is sample size. As we know that polytechnic students are not in Negeri Sembilan only, but this research only conducted at polytechnic campus in Negeri Sembilan district only. So we can see it's become weakness because it's not only Negeri Sembilan that has polytechnic. So the recommendation is the researcher should expand their sample area to all polytechnic branches to make the research and finding to more accurate and satisfaction for the result. For the second point is pandemic COVID-19. Since last March, country has been affected with the dangerous virus that called as COVID-19. Because of this limitation, students unable go to university and learn through online learning. So the recommendation is the researcher can do a continued research with online journal, article and make Google platform as searching information for the research topic, which is TVET effectiveness. The next point is online learning. Online learning can be described as virtual learning because of COVID-19, students cannot attend college. Online learning have limitations such as in line coverage problem, especially in rural area. It's possible many students to miss out on online learning or online classes. So the recommendation is the student should brave and can personally ask lecturer for any Q&A Q&A session. Lecturer also should take an active role on communicate and give a knowledge on how to create a good research, such as in tutorial SPSS through video. Okay, next is lack resources of finding. The limitation is occur because almost all research results are using online research platform due to the limitation. It's become limitation also because most of the journal is paid and confidential. So the recommendation is finding a great deal of reference material such as online interview with the staff, lecturer and student of the polytechnic student, or the researcher can find online journal using free website that non-paid websites. The last point is issue of dishonest. The survey question were distributed online and they have possibility that there is other student rather than student of Polytechnic Negeri Sembilan is answering the questionnaire. So the only recommendation is to make sure the Google form or the questionnaire is mentioned that the questionnaire is only for the student Polytechnic Negeri Sembilan and should be distributed only to the PD Polytechnic student only. The last slide, the research is about the effectiveness of TVET on student Polytechnic PD in Negeri Sembilan. This study will help future researchers make a research on TVET topic if they have a same or similar topic. They had advantage in applying TVET among students because most of company focus on finding fresh graduate students that have diploma or certificate among with their skill. This made easier to employer and did not have to send them training because they had already had their skill and practice since college. This research not only can refer to TVET Polytechnic research but also reference to any college that incorporate with TVET elements such as as college community, IKM or KKTM and others. That's all for us. Thank you.